No, I am not a news presenter, and do not judge me just because I'm wearing a blazer. Sometimes I just like to wear it. So you probably heard a lot about rent to rent. Maybe someone told you it's a get rich quick scheme, or it's illegal, it's subletting, or it's too risky. But I'm gonna set that record straight with 5 myths that I need to bust. Well, today I'm here to set the record straight and break down those 5 myths that might be holding you back in starting in rent to rent. I'm Kenny Pittman. I'm the founder of Rise Up Rent to Rent. I help people achieve financial freedom without owning a single property. And I hear time and time again of these countless misconceptions, and it's time to address what's true and what isn't. So stick around, because some of these myths might be holding you back from getting started in rent to rent. What I'm going to do is pile them up right here and bitch slap them right out of the way. So by the end of this video, you'll have a clear idea whether you think this is for me or not. This is one of the biggest misconceptions out there: subletting. Subletting is such a dirty word. It just means leasing something, and rent to rent is just another form of subletting. But the truth is, we do it on a company-let management contract, which are fully legal and above board. So with all the right paperwork and agreements, it's completely legal. Premier Inn are exactly the same. It's perfectly legit. So I think we can firmly get that one out of the way. So I hear this one a lot: is it too late for me to do rent to rent? Everybody seems to be doing it. Let me tell you, the demand for quality housing is huge. There's still so many landlords out there that have never heard of this business model when you approach them. Never. One of the landlords I work with is a multi-millionaire. Many properties. When I approached him, he had never heard of this before. So he was a huge investor, never ever been approached by a company let. If you approach the landlord carefully and with doing deep due diligence on the area, it's not a risk. The outcome should always be a win-win situation with the landlord anyway. This isn't all take. It's not all about you. This is why this business model exists, and this is why it's so attractive for the landlords. It's got to be a win-win situation. Hands off, guaranteed rent. They've had bad experience. They've never heard of it. They always thought the only tenant they could have was a tenant until you come along. Besides, I have mentees securing deals every single week. You just got to scroll down the YouTube feed. You see I go all over the country visiting mentees. So this myth: every investment comes with risks. We all know that. Every single person knows that. But with thorough due diligence and calculated risks, it's solid cash flow. You know, let's not forget, if you don't take this seriously, the risks are massive. You could lock yourself into a contract where you're not making that much of a profit, and then you are liable, and then you are at risk. One bad month could crush you. This is why people like me and my team exist. People look for mentors to teach them anything they're not sure on. I have mentors to teach me various things. Always have a mentor. No matter what level you are at, you should have a mentor. So with the right mentor and a plan and clear steps and thorough guidance and accountability, success is just inevitable. You just got to trust the process and do the work. So yeah, it's not risky. It's calculated risks done on comparables with thorough market research. You can get out of it. Oh, do you now? You need experience to become a successful rent-to-rent operator. Is that right? Well, no one told me that. So many people believe if you're not experienced, or you don't have properties and you haven't got landlord experience, you're not going to succeed in rent-to-rent. It's almost like you need to be an expert in rent-to-rent before you undertake that strategy. Makes no sense. But it's completely not true. When I started, I was a complete newbie. I had 0 property experience. I just owned the house that I currently live in, and I was an engineer of 13 years. I didn't have anything to use as leverage. I didn't have a lot of money in the account to show the landlords, like, look, the worst case scenario, I can pay you 6 months rent up front. I had nothing. So brand new business, no money in the bank, no experience. Did I have in the back of my mind, like, there's many experienced rent-to-rent companies out there that I'm competing with, I stand no chance? Yes, that was firmly in the back of my head. But you just got to put yourself in the landlord's shoes. Like, people are people. We're emotional beings. They're quite likely to put you in the mix as opposed to someone who's established and don't need their property. You need it. You will make it work. All you need is a strong reason why, and commitment and basic training. Follow the steps. I've had clients join us with 0 experience to securing their first deal within 3 weeks. Is that realistic to promise every single client? No, not at all. I'm a realistic person, but it does come down to luck. You got to be on the phone. You got to talk to that agent. That property's got to be available. It's all time in the market, being consistent with the phone calls, and eventually you'll stumble across a deal. It's all about just learning and applying what works. It really is that simple. So go on, get out of here. Again, no one told me that. I had a full-time job. How did I do it? Guess how much time this actually requires every single day to build and scale and systemize this business? I guess I'll give you 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. 20 to 30 minutes a day. That's all that's needed. You can make phone calls on your breaks. You can go on viewings at the weekend. Like, some people just think, if I start this business, it's gonna eat up all of my time. Not in the slightest. 99% of my clients are trying to escape that 9 to 5 role. They're all in full-time employment. Some have young families as well. This is a perfect stepping stone to becoming financially free alongside your current job. So a few hours committed to this business model a week and you will start seeing results. So it's about working smart, not hard. And this is clearly not smart and it's annoying me. So get this myth off of my desk. Go on, get out of it. Now that these myths are out of the way, what's holding you back? Let me know in the comments. Genuinely, I want to know. Stop letting misconceptions get in your way. Stop letting excuses get put in front of you and be like, oh, that's why I've not started rent to rent. That's why I've not even started a side business. Rent to rent, like, let's put rent to rent aside. You're on this channel for a reason. You might be thinking, I want to escape the 9 to 5, and this is why you've stumbled across my channel. It's like, are you giving yourself excuses? Even money, like there's ways, savvy ways to fund starting business. Leverage banks' money, use a credit card. If you've never used a credit card before, it's not clever to use a credit card to spend money on like going on holidays or buying a car, but investment. It might just be worth looking into funding startup business using a credit card. But no matter what business you're looking to get into, get a mentor. Very important. Do not do this without a mentor. I got a mentor when I started. Pay for training or pay for mistakes. If you want a more in-depth training video on exactly how these strategies work, I'll leave a link in the description. Go and watch the 12-minute free training video. So again, I want you to go to the comment section. What is the biggest myth that you have heard about rent to rent and what's holding you back? I'd love to know what's been holding you back. Thank you guys for being here. Back to you in the studio. Wait, I'm not a news presenter.